Welcome to Conscious Tarot. This reading is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the next 7 days. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Alright, Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's see what guidance the cards have for you for the next 7 days. Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, let's take a moment, ask for guidance that Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising needs to hear for the next 7 days. Alright, so we've got the Two of Pentacles, and it's crossed by the Four of Cups. Two of Pentacles is about expanding change in your physical world. And Four of Cups can have a couple different meanings. One, it's kind of a contemplative energy. Sometimes it's like an apathy or not being involved. And so for those of you that are in that camp, the challenge here is to take a look what's being offered to you, what change is available to you. Okay, so behind you is the Six of Wands reversed, and below you is the Ten of Pentacles. So there may have been some failure here, or a failure to get recognized for something in your recent past, and it's bringing to the heart of the matter something that you're looking for long-term, some long-term goal or long-term stability. This card is a card that brings abundance, and abundance that's concrete, that stays, that becomes almost generational. So for the heart of the reading, this is really about longevity, something that has longevity. After a period where something didn't work out. Above you is the Devil. The Devil is above you, and before you we have the High Priestess. So we have two majors that are present here. You know, the High Priestess before you, and you're dealing with change, and there's a contemplative card here as your challenge, and the High Priestess is somewhat of a meditative card. It's about listening to your inner wisdom, but it also is about opposites, any type of opposite. She's sitting here between light and dark, and it represents being positioned in that space between and contemplating and listening to your inner wisdom or your intuition. And your challenges or your situation is change, which is presented by the Two of Pentacles. There's two things that we're juggling here, and before you is really a moment. The universe is asking you to ponder this for a moment. Ponder what's happening here. Get involved. The Four of Cups can often mean, while it has a contemplative nature or an apathy nature of not wanting what's being offered to you, it can also have the meaning of wanting something more but not knowing how to get it exactly. And it looks like from your recent past, you weren't successful in that endeavor. And so now some change is coming up. At the heart of it, you want to make something long-lasting. You want to make the right decision, which is oftentimes what the Ten of Pentacles can often represent as well, is knowing what everything is around you, having an understanding of what who and what the true players are on your board so that you can make the right decision. And with the devil above here, this position can mean one of two things. It can mean your mental state, your crown. And if that's the case, for those of you that is the case, then the devil means you're not seeing everything. Um, the devil represents the eye, and the devil wants to fool us. The dynamic wants to fool us in thinking that there's nothing more to the picture. But the cards here, especially with the High Priestess before you, she's saying the opposite. She's like, no, chill for a minute, take a look what's going on, sit with yourself, don't fall into this habit that most likely led to this failure in the past. You want to take a look at everything before you make a move. Now, since the devil is in that position above, it also can lead to a potential outcome, because if you let your mind or your crown take over, in this case, your mental state, you're going to manifest that. You're going to make those decisions again, and you're going to end up being chained to something that isn't working for you. You're going to limit yourself ultimately from your true potential here. And what's already out on the table is really guidance asking you to slow for a moment. You're in the midst of change. You want to make the right decision by understanding everything that's available to you and everything that's understanding what everything really means. And the High Priestess is really that opportunity. So, so far we already have pretty clear picture here, Taurus. Let's see what your mindset is. So, yeah, Five of Swords reversed in your mindset. So your attitude, and also this can kind of be the advice in this situation too, is, you got to know when to stop fighting for something that you can't win. You can't beat this. And so it's best to just walk away. And that's what this card is saying. It's like, your attitude may be that you realize, hey, something isn't working for me. I need to figure out another way. I need to walk away from this because I can't have this. Or with the High Priestess here, it could be saying that, yeah, you want to end the fight, so you conflict, so you want to take a moment. Paired with this card, it's saying that's what, you needs to be done. Let's take a look at your external environment. Okay, so you have the Lovers reversed. So Lovers reversed. Lovers reversed in your external means that there's something in your external environment that is making this hard for you to make a decision. And this could be a person, could be a loved one or a family member, could be a coworker, but ultimately this plays into the High Priestess's energy of saying you want to get clear before you move forward, and also the Devil too. These two cards really are playing in together, playing into the same idea. Both of them are sixes numerologically, so they have that link together. In this case, though, this position is saying, yeah, something in your external environment is making it hard for you to decide what to do. All right. You may be afraid a little bit of your own power in this situation. You may be afraid of what you can do in this situation, or the power that you have in this situation. And that's okay. That's an okay place to be, but you can't sit there. You need to go inside, and internally with the High Priestess, you need to need to understand what your inner voice, your intuition is telling you, and not be afraid of that. All right, let's take a look at your outcome up here. All right, this is looking pretty good, Taurus, the underworld. Okay. Yeah, so something you don't want to move away from. There's something you're dealing with here overall that you're having a hard time leaving. And it's most likely because it's a habit for you and you're not seeing everything clearly. But the good news is the outcome of this, if you take the advice that's been given so far, we see that the outcome of this, the Three of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, and the World card, another major card here. What it's saying is that the Three of Wands is really about exploring, about putting decisions to action. So at a certain point, you're going to sit with this, you're going to make a decision, but you're going to move on it, and you're going to work towards something. And ultimately, this is going to bring a completion. It's going to allow you to really close this circle, to learn something, to own it, and to move on from the lesson. So it's looking pretty good, Taurus. That's a pretty good outcome to have here. Let's take a look at what the devil is saying, though, because there really are two options here. If you don't stop, if you don't take a moment to look inside, to listen to your intuition, to really understand everything, to understand what's really on the table for you, to understand the dynamic you're working in, you'll remain there because you're having a hard time walking away from this. This is telling me the Eight of Cups reverse is that you don't want to leave something that's stagnant, that's not propelling you forward. And that plays right into the devil, because that's what the devil wants to do. It wants to keep you chained to a situation that's not working for you. And the way to get past the devil is to realize that there's more than meets the eye. All right, let's take a peek. So what is the devil? Why is the devil here? It shows why the devil is here. Okay, what is the devil doing here? Show us, clarify the devil card. Okay, let's take a peek what we got. All right, yeah, so the devil here is keeping us from moving forward, is keeping us from having the motivation to realize that there's something here that isn't working for us, but there's something that is working for us. And the key here really, Taurus, is realizing what you can't have and what you can have, and moving towards what you can have. So that devil card really does want to sap your energy. Whatever that habit is, whatever that viewpoint is that keeps you trapped, isn't going to work for you. It's not going to get you to this completion here, which is where you want to be, and which is totally available for you. Let's take a look at the Lover's reverse. Get a little clarity on what's in your environment is keeping you from making a decision. Let's see, what's the Lover's reversed? Let's clarify. Lovers reversed. What is the Lovers reversed doing here? Yeah, so it's almost like maybe there's been some change that you've been making, but it's not really yielding any results. Something you've put some energy into, but you get really little response from. Yeah, it's there's definitely a lack of results here, and that may be confusing you. And so what really needs to happen is you need to look deeper. The star card is really what it's telling us is that you need to go in and you need to look deeper. This card represents something in traditional tarot called the fish hook. And the fish hook needs to fish in the waters to find the fish. And the fish is the death card in tarot. And the death card in the major arcana doesn't mean physical death, it means transformation and fertility. And that's what the star card is looking for. She is looking for transformation and transformation and fertility. You know, what's going to bring about a change, but also fertility for what you really want. And right now, what's being said is that you're not getting much result with this. Whatever change is happening isn't bringing you the results you want. So don't get discouraged. The key is to look deeper, to look further. The answer is within, and it appears that if you apply effort, which really, you know, now seeing this going back up to here, you know, this is saying, yeah, you want to explore your options. You want to make a decision, and then the 3, you know, that's the 2, and then when we get to 3, it's like you're actually moving with that decision. But the 8 is saying you want to stick with it. You want to be persistent, and you don't want to get too lost in the details. Sometimes that's the challenge of the 8 of Pentacles, but you want to continue with it. You want to persevere. You want to keep going. And that really plays into what this is saying, is that you may have had an energy where you're feeling like, yeah, your results aren't yielding anything. And maybe that's why you're feeling a little disheartened here or discouraged, because you haven't found the answer yet. And then it's easy to feel uninspired and unmotivated by that, which is what the devil is saying there. But the truth is, you can do this. You can keep looking. And that brings us back to the magician here, which is saying that you may be afraid of your own power. But persistence is key here, Taurus. Persistence by going within. Persistence not necessarily to move forward actively, but to move forward passively by listening to yourself, trusting your intuition, really looking at everything that's happening and asking yourself, what is this trying to teach me? Instead of maybe responding by wanting to fight it or think that you're there to confront it. Going back to the 5 here of swords, the question may be more, yeah, what is this trying to teach me? And opening yourself up to that. All right, Taurus, I hope this has helped you. This for the week ahead, starting September 28th, 2025. I'm going to leave it there, and until next time, peace.